Hello, how is everyone today? I am so excited you're here with us. We have an extremely very special guest. I will tell you what, he's an author, he's a wellness coach, he's transformational in the way that he shares, which we all love because everything is heart-centered. And I want to introduce you. I love his tagline. It's Burn with Kearns. Okay. So we have over here Kevin Kearns. All right. He's out of Rhode Island. And during this interview, I just want you all just to relax, take a seat back, okay, and just really absorb, okay, because what he's going to be talking to you about today is something that will go deep in your soul, because that is our goal for you. You are not alone in your health and wellness journey. Thank you so much for being here with us, Kevin. You're amazing. I love all that you do. I've been following you for a while.
Let's
How
not confuse
fun
the
is
readers, though.
this?
I'm not from Rhode Island. I live in Rhode Island.
You live in Rhode Island.
I'm from Boston, if you can't tell with the Boston accent.
Yes, we can feel that. We can feel the car, driving the car.
You're close. You don't pass just yet.
So Kevin, tell us, how did you get involved in this field, especially to this level?
Wow, that's we have to jump back in history. So, as you know, I've written 2 books and something like 300 articles. My first book, Always Pick Last, is an anti-bullying story. I was a kid that sucked at every sport, got picked on every day. I had a life-changing event. I was living in Everett in a 3-family in my family's house. I had a life-changing event at 12. My father died of alcoholism. That's his ring. So that's why the company's called Burn with Kearns.
Yeah.
Bullying got worse. A close uncle talked me into taking martial arts. The rest is history. I've been studying for on and off since 1979.
Wow. That is incredible.
I've studied with some of the best. My Thai boxing teacher is Mark Delagrati at a Sit Your Tongue. He's trained umpteen UFC fighters. I've got a Filipino stick and knife teacher on the other side of town that's trained under Apollo Landra. It's a very close-knit group, and that was my first love.
Okay.
My second love was the fitness or conditioning. So what I did was I kind of got smart, Chef. I learned early on, one thing I learned in martial arts, specifically karate, Kempo karate at the beginning, was if you practice, you get better. I went, huh, you practice, you get better. Because I was one of those kids that was a step behind everybody. It's just one of those kids. Lots to tie his shoes, lots to take his training wheels off the bike, the whole bit. And that's embarrassing. And, that I got smart when I realized, I'm like, if you practice, you get better. And I beat up a bully one day that was picking on me for years. And I'm like, okay, so I've got something here. The way I got smart about it is, my father was the building inspector for the entire town. Great guy. He just drank too much.
Okay.
And my mother worked for the school department. They were very personable people. We had a very big family. My mother's one of 8. Oh, my mother was. She passed away from COVID a couple of years ago. My father was one of 4. We had 31 first cousins.
Wow.
So we had, and the family always took care of us because an uncle taught me taking karate and paid for 4 years.
Love it.
But I was smart in the beginning because I went after the guys in the the 70s and 80s. We got some weights at the martial arts school, and there were guys in their 20s that were black belts that were built like G.I. Joe. And I'm like, hey man, can you teach me weightlifting? They took me underneath their wing and they taught me.
Wow. Okay.
And it kind of just led into that. I was telling somebody the other day this, they're like, that is a wild story. I was telling somebody the other day this, and they were like, that's a wild story. So I never meant to get into this.
Okay.
I'm 57 now. I don't feel it. I don't act it. I don't look like it. I probably should act it times. I started strength training at a young age, loved it, couldn't get enough of it. So my thing was martial arts and strength training. Met a training partner of mine in 85, 86 at Bunkie. I was taking computer programming. Can you see me sitting behind a desk? No,
not so much.
Well, personal training wasn't even a thing. We're talking 1984.
Oh, right. You're right.
So I went to school for computer programming. I was flunking out of it. And what ended up happening is my trainer partner and I were like, well, let's go for physical therapy at Northeastern Lowell, University of Lowell. Well,
Okay.
the problem with University of Lowell was they wanted me to start from rock bottom. They wanted me to drop 60 credits. I went, no,
Wow. Yeah.
that's two and a
Yeah.
half
That's a
years.
lot.
The backup plan was to go to the nursing program at UMass Boston, but my grades weren't good enough. So I applied to the physical education program.
Okay.
Now, I've been in one thing I can do, this is why, just let the ladies know I'm single too. I can cook androids. Well, I started cooking
Single.
I'm single as of a couple days ago. I started in the Italian food industry at 16, so I know how to cook because I'm
Okay.
half Italian, so I know how to cook. I know how to cook and dance.
Nice.
I hung out with the right people dancing. I hung out with the right people cooking. Well, the reason I bring that up is I was working at the first Bertucci's, the first wood fire, wood brick oven.
Right.
And one of the wait staff had gone to UMass. So back in the day, you didn't go on the computer to pick your classes. You had to have a catalog, right?
Okay. Yes.
I was applying. So she was going through the catalog with me, and she says, "Oh, you really want to take this course, exercise physiology, with Dr. David Thomas." Now, I took nursing courses on the backside, but I had to take the physical education, exercise physiology classes to keep, so people wouldn't get wild. Well, here's the funny story. I walked in the first week of lectures. I'm changing my major, change my major over. And this is where it gets really bizarre. Dr. David Thomas's class, Exercise Physiology 101, was a junior level class, and I was only a sophomore.
Okay.
They never caught on to it.
That is incredible. Yes.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but what I have is a tenacity. That's why the tattoos all mean something. There's one for perseverance here. I'm not the sharpest tool in the head, but I'm the hardest damn worker you'll find. I couldn't write well back in the day. Because you get to the top of the day, you didn't have a lot. Like, these kids think it's hard writing a research paper. I'm like, you Google everything. Come on.
Right. We had the encyclopedias. You know what I mean? We had to figure it all out.
You had to get the the highlighter and
go to the library, the card catalog situation,
and hope that the photocopier worked.
Yes.
Right? So, I wasn't good at writing. I got a little bit better at it. I had a mid-level A, and then, my penmanship's awful. So I wrote my research paper out for that year, and I had my girlfriend type it.
Nice.
Well, at the end of the spring season, we got our research papers back, and I got a 50, and I went, 50? So I went to Dr. Thomas, and he was very, basic. He's like, "It's not my job to teach you how to read." I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, you did minimal work. So when we were in class, we had labs a couple times a week, so we had to test each other the whole bit. I was so into the exercise physiology. I had my stethoscope hanging from my rearview mirror in my car because we had blood pressure. So I remember driving home from UMass in Dorchester to Everett, when I was still living at my mother's house on 93. Well, it used to be 93. Now it's something else. And I remember him telling me that, and he said to me, he goes, "Maybe you're just not cut out for this field." And I remember bawling my eyes out and looking up at God going, "I thought this is what you wanted me. This was my thing."
Right.
I just thought, I thought this was my calling. And then, as always, especially I learned young when I was that age, something snapped at me. I go, screw him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sticking it out. I went back the next day, walked into his class, and said, it was the end of the semester. I said, "You're my advisor now. You're stuck with me for the next 3 years. I'm going to be in your face every day."
Yeah.
And
I love that. And I just want to like reiterate that too, because like with our audience, it's so true. Like out there in the world, like you feel it. And I love that you did like the martial arts, and then you went into like the physical fitness part in the gym. And then next thing you know, you're like learning the actual science of the body. I mean, it's like, it's so like, now I see why you're just such an incredible author, because you've experienced all like the full gamut. But also what I wanted to piggyback on what you were just saying, that like, if you out there, our audience, if you're thinking the same thing, like this is my path, I mean, really just grab a hold of what Kevin's saying. Like, don't let, your leaders, those above you, society, religion, or whatever, like just stay laser focused, because exactly what Kevin's saying. If God gave you that in your heart and that dream and that desire, he gave it to you, not someone else. That's
Exactly.
beautiful. I love that you had, because how, like, you were still like young, just trying to figure it out. Like, how did you have like such strong, and you could have gone into so many things at that point, you just really felt it in your soul.
Everybody calls me coach, so because I've been in the field so long, and I'm like, it just made sense to me. The late Dr. Wayne Dyer, I'm a huge fan of, and studied all his stuff. And one of his sayings is, the how will get handled. What's the what? It
Ooh,
doesn't. And Les Brown, I follow Les Brown too. Les Brown would say it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. Write the book like nobody's going to read it.
so good.
Because otherwise you're going to sit there and go, one of Dr. Wayne Dyer's famous sayings, and I quote this all the time: I don't die wondering.
Mm-hmm.
Or I always quote Babe Ruth. Did you ever hear some of Babe Ruth's interview when they asked him, how'd you get so many home runs? You ever hear what he said? Did you ever hear what he said?
Well, no, I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember what he said, but I know he's an icon.
They asked Babe Ruth, how'd you hit so many home runs? Because he's got the highest home run record, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they said, I friggin' swung.
Just got out there and did it. I love it.
No risk, no reward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So good.
Yeah. Like,
Yes.
people think, these kids nowadays think success is a straight. It is not a straight. It's all over the place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
You know?
messy. Yeah.
And you'll see it all over. Like, I mean, I don't know if I can turn this off. Turn the lighting is all like, every sign of my, like, the posters, or
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
let's
Are
see.
all like motivational.
Yeah, can I do that? I don't know if I can do that.
No, you'd have to turn the whole thing off and reload. Yeah.
Like, there's a sign, well, piece of art that says, not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
Yes.
And that was in one of my videos. Now, to jump forward, how did I get successful? I started personal training for my internship, and got a feel for it. Worked for that guy for a while. Went to work for another company that was more sales oriented. Moved the opposite end of the spectrum for where I live. I was dating my ex-wife at the time, and decided to open the business around there. I started the business and it took off. I never expected it.
Oh, incredible. Incredible.
I never expected it. That kept snowballing. And then in 1995, right after we got married, one of my clients was a multimillionaire. I had like 30 clients at the time. He said to me, let's open a gym together. I went, okay.
Yeah.
So we were looking for either a gym that wasn't doing well, because we looked at trying to open one from the ground, starting over was too expensive. So we found the gym in Brookline, very affluent community. It was a dump, had 300 members, but it was in a perfect area.
Yeah.
Bought it, did it all over. Happiest day is when I bought it. Second happiest day is when I sold it.
Yes. No, yeah, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
To be honest, Chef, I was 31, 32. I'm not a good manager.
Right. Yeah.
Because, I was able to maintain my clients and go back and forth. I had good management, but they're not going to love it like you are.
Yeah.
You are. We did well. We went from 300 members to 900 members. The original company was called the Fitness Connection.
Right.
And when we went to cash out, we had 2 or 3 gyms interested in us. And as we were going to cash out, 9/11 hit us. And the gyms
Oh,
pulled.
wow. Oh, that's intense. Yeah. That is wild. But I love that you went for it though. Like, you went for it, and whatever you needed to learn during that season, you learned, and then you let it go. It's like, move on, I love that.
It's like, I'm 57 dating, and it's like, when I got out here 5 years ago, it's like, if you don't try,
Yeah.
if you don't, like, guys would say, oh, wow, man, she lives a half an hour away. I go, what? You worry about half an hour? I'm like, you think this is high school?
Right.
So I go, what if that's worth it?
Yes.
Worth it?
Yes.
How do you know?
I love that. Yeah.
How do you know?
Right.
So fast forward, we sold the gym, got out of it, and my marketing guy, I got out of bodybuilding, got into more functional training with people like Vern Gambetta, Gary Gray, JC Santana, and
Mm.
totally exposed me to something completely different. I'm like, and I changed everything over. I gave up bodybuilding. I haven't done a bodybuilding movement in 25 years at least.
Okay. Okay.
Literally. I don't
So
believe in it.
I
I don't
love
believe
it though. You've done like a little bit of everything. I love that. I love that. That is so great. No, I think that's great. And like all that you've learned through this process, what would be like some of your top nuggets that you can share to our audience that would help bring them to where they are, like where you are today in your journey? I mean, I know we're always evolving.
for the personal fitness or
Yeah, just the personal fitness and just going
oh,
through all of your,
real
like,
quick.
you're obviously at the end of the day, like health is so important to you, you know? So even though you tried all these different dynamics, not just health, but people, like you love people and you love health, you know?
I love helping people. This is why I do this. This is, I've been up since 3 a.m. First
Yeah.
time was 5 a.m. I went to there, trained him, and then went to yoga, then came here. Then I
Yes.
was the rest of the day. So, to back up after the gym, I got lucky. I got involved with the UFC. I ended up training 15 UFC fighters, put a system together, and that went global. I put it on DVD and went nuts.
That is
That
incredible.
system, what people don't understand is you can use that. You can train. My saying with people is you can train you can look like a fighter, but you don't have to fight.
Right. No, for sure. I
So
love that. I
as
love
far
that.
as thank you. As far as people, their foundation, this is what I tell people. I go, you need to have 8 elements in your fitness program. Okay. Think about what you do every day. If I have you stand up, walk from here to the other room, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did you push? Did you pull? Did you level change? Did you locomotion, right?
Yes.
Did you rotate?
Okay, good.
Right? Think about it. You've done everything,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Flexibility, static strength, balance. So if you're not activating those 8 elements,
Yes.
your programming, you're wasting your time.
I love that. I love that. That
Like
is so powerful.
I told a guy last night he's 20 years younger than me. We were talking. He was really into it. He got into it. He's like, wow, man, this is really fascinating. I go, most people's modus operandi when they do strength training is to increase the weight or increase the reps. I go, increase neural demand. Well, what do you mean? I'll give you a quick example.
Yeah.
If you take a standing bicep curl,
Okay.
shoulder press, okay? Simple, right?
Yeah. Nice.
That's simple. Okay. Now it's easy. Most people would say increase the weight, increase the reps. I say stand on one leg.
Ooh.
Now what you're doing is unilateral load. Now you have to activate your core.
Okay. Yes.
You can take functional training and keep going bananas with that. Here is the key, Chef. This is what I want your listeners to realize. Besides those 8 elements,
Yes.
I teach all my coaches, my 2,415 coaches that I certified worldwide in a system that we're doing up in Toronto.
Incredible.
It has to be effective, efficient, and safe programming. If it's not safe, why are you doing it?
Yes.
If it's not safe, ouch, why are you doing it?
I
So
love that.
now let's take that same curl, right? Squat, curl, press. All right. Now let's add a level change. Now I squat, curl, press. I just added more muscle. I burn more calories.
Okay. Yes. I love that.
Now take another level. Squat, curl, press, rotate. You can just keep going.
Oh, that's so good. I've literally never heard of this before. What do you call that again?
Increase neural demand. I can send you an article on it.
Yeah.
A couple articles on it.
Okay, that is, yeah, I love that.
Anytime you change the balance, you have to activate your core. I'll give you another good example. Take a chest press. Everybody does chest press. Okay. I was telling this guy last night. I said, I haven't done a flat bench press with a bar in ages.
Okay.
But dumbbells, he goes, okay, dumbbells. I go, okay, but I'll do dumbbells on a stability ball because now my glutes and my core are the bench. Now, as that gets easy, instead of increasing the weight with the dumbbells, I'll alternate. So now when left goes up, I have to balance. He goes, well, what about that? After that, then I put the other one down. Now I'm going one arm. Now I'm going unilateral load.
Yes. Yes.
Now my core wants to go that way because 60 pounds is going this way.
Yeah.
Then I'll even add rotation at the end.
That is, yeah, my mind is like, whoosh. I
That's
love
what,
that.
that's the premise. That's what I want people to think. I go, you know, one of my famous sayings is with my Boston accent, color outside the lines,
Yes.
through the line.
Yes. No, that's so good. That's so, so good. I love that. I love that. And I also love how generous you are, because not only are you giving all of this value here to us today, but also there's a free giveaway that you're giving us. And so I just want to say,
Oh,
audience, as you're listening to this is really powerful. Yeah, he has a couple actually, which I'm super excited about. Why don't you go ahead and share what the giveaway is?
you will be able to get a Kindle version or a audio version of either one of my books.
Perfect.
Always pick last. That's one of them. That's the anti-bullying story, or there's light in the tunnel.
Yes, I love
That's my story of me going through the mental health thing, the whole 9 yards, and coming out the other side. Matter of fact, that's why, as you know, I'm working on my first TED Talk on that.
Yes, I'm excited for that. Powerful.
That's
Yeah. Talk about
taking
moving
time.
mountains.
It's taking time, but it's going to cost money, so I'm going to get
Yes.
there. The second gift will be, I am going to give people a workout video, a 30-minute workout video for free. All I have to do is send me.
I love that. I love that. And we'll have all of this contact information for you all underneath. But Kevin, where can they go to contact you specifically? Like, we'll have all this under here. Like, if this resonates, like if this resonates with you and you feel like this is the kind of coaching that you're looking for or want to learn from, I just want you to know that we will get you in touch with Kevin and all of his resources and all of that. And I just, the thing that I can't stress enough is that you're not here to do this alone. Okay. There are people all over the world. And that's why I love Burn with Kearns over here, our coach, because he, as you can see, he's gone through all the different elements of life and he's here to make a difference. And I don't want you to feel stuck. I don't want you to feel like you're alone in this, you know? So I love all that you're doing. And thank you so much for those gifts. That's so crazy
Having me on. Thank you for listening to me.
Yes, yes. And so can they just go to your website
My
to be able to
website.
download all this?
Yes,
Okay, perfect.
well, they have to go to my website, send me an email, because I have to send them the Kindle version.
Okay, through the email, through their email. Okay, perfect. So send
And
your
also,
email.
they can also subscribe to my LinkedIn newsletter. They can subscribe on my YouTube channel. There's free videos on my YouTube channel. If they want to work out a better workout, I can send them a workout video.
Perfect.
I can send them the Kindle or the audio version of either one of the books. And if they want, a 7-day Kickstarter program for weight
I
loss.
love that. I love that. Just keeps going. The generosity. We love it. Thank you so much. And Kevin, what is one thing that you want to leave with our audience today? I mean, you have so much in you. I just you're such light to this earth. I just so appreciate you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for having me on, everybody listening. I will close with my famous close that's on this arm. Hold your vision, keep your passion, maintain and invest in your perseverance, no matter what the hell anybody tells you.
That's good. I feel like it's
going.
silence now.
Just keep
That
going.
is powerful. I love it.
Well, that's why don't tell anybody. I am the real Batman.
You are. You are. Shh. Okay,
Well,
it's just between all of us. Okay,
the reason I like when you think about Batman, the reason I like Batman, why do I like Batman? Batman has no superpowers. He just keeps getting up.
Yeah.
Right?
He keeps making it happen. I love it. I love
Stepped on,
it.
beaten up, and he's like, not like Superman going, yeah.
That's so good.
That's
Oh
why
my God.
it's one of my running joke, with the ladies on the apps or whatever. That's
Yeah.
things. I said, take the tenacity of Batman, the chivalry of Lancelot, and the character of Captain America. I said,
And that's your man. That's your man.
I was born in the wrong era.
Oh my goodness, that's so good. I love it. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Again, if you all are interested, go ahead and grab the contact information below. And I hope everyone has an incredible day and burn with Kearns. All right. Goodbye, audience.